We live?
On YouTube.
Nah, yeah, we good. We live. All right, let's get it. All right, clap it up. Thursday scripture breakdown. Let me see. Every Thursday, Priest Capital Door. Y'all got any questions y'all want to go over? I got a few questions from brothers I'm gonna go over right now too. Y'all good?
Come.
All right, I'm sweating. Let me get these questions real quick. Let me get 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Oh, it's sweet.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Give me one verse up.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 13.
Take heed of what? Someone who standeth, make sure he take heed lest he fall. Take heed of what? Go ahead. I score.
Of temptation.
Of temptation, right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
There is no temptation that taketh you as such though that is common to man. Break it down. Go ahead.
So it's saying here, meaning any temptation that took you or that you were tempted with is something that every man has experienced.
Exactly, right? Give me some more. Now it's not that every man experienced. What else? Go ahead.
That they're doing right now?
Huh?
That they're doing it right now?
Okay, yeah, they're doing it right now. It's something else too. Read it again.
Verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Meaning what?
Meaning, if I could.
Go ahead.
Meaning you haven't, the temptations that you have fell for are temptations that happens to every man.
There you go. Every brother goes through this. Every brother's gonna get this temptation. This is not an uncommon temptation. This temptation isn't something that's supernatural. You understand? It's a regular temptation, just like all temptations, right? It's something that you should be able to prevail over, right? Go ahead.
But God is faithful,
who
will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able.
Break that down. Go ahead.
Meaning the Most High, when you're tempted, it's not something that you can't handle.
There you go. Y'all understand, right? That's something that you can do. Keep going. Is that the end of 13?
Sir.
Go ahead.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape?
Right, but with the temptation, there's always a way to escape. Go ahead.
That you may be able to bear it.
That you may be able to bear it. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it on 13.
So now, this is the problem, though. A lot of people will find temptations, and they think that their problem is special.
Right.
You understand? They think that whatever they're going through is okay because this is a little deeper than someone else's problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they take that temptation and they go through it, and they, because of their lust is so strong, they fulfill that temptation. You understand? But when the Lord said you should be able to prevail over it, this is a temptation that's common to man, right? So if it's something that's common, then that makes it easy for you. It should be easy, or if you take the word easy out of it, it should be attainable. You understand? It should be something that you should be able to battle. It's a battle that you can do. Why don't you do it? Because you think your problem is special. Why don't you battle that problem? Because you think that, you and God have some type of agreement. You understand? Don't be that brother. Be the brother who sees a temptation or sees something that come up against them. You know what I mean? That a demon got so much strength over you, and battle that thing, right? Battle it to the point where you know that you can handle it, that you can win. So much of us are used to losing that we allow ourselves to lose. You get what I'm saying? The Lord said He even make a way for you to escape. There's going to be things that happen before you sin, before you commit that crime, to pull you away from it. You understand? They'll pull you away from whatever it is you're about to do. And you ignore it and do it anyway. Don't do that. See the sign and know you got to get out of there. Y'all with me? All right, no sweat. Good to go on that? Let me get Leviticus 24:9 through 10.
What was the verses, Salaki?
Leviticus 24:9 through 10.
Got it, sir.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 24, verse 9. And they shall be Aaron's and his sons, and they shall eat it in the holy place, for it is most highly holy unto him of the offerings of the Lord, made by fire, by a perpetual statute.
Keep going.
Verse 10.
This is where the brother asked this question. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the sons of Israelitish women, whose father was an Egyptian,
it's the son of an Israelitish woman.
and the sons of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel, and this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp.
What does it mean when they say the Israelitish woman? Go ahead.
That means that she was from the lands of Israel, but she wasn't an Israelite.
No. That was a good guess though. Anybody know? Israelitish woman. Go ahead.
She was an Israelite, but she wasn't following the customs of Israelites.
Right, exactly. She was an Israelite, but she just wasn't in the truth. She followed the customs of the heathens. You understand? So y'all ever come across this precept, just know that it's an Israelitish woman, meaning she is an Israelite, but she's not in the truth. Y'all understand? Go ahead.
Her father was Egyptian?
That wasn't her father. If
Okay.
you read it again.
And the son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian.
Whose father? Who's the father? Go ahead.
The sons.
The sons.
Okay.
All right. Solid. Good to go? Y'all understand, right? So the Israelitish woman she is an Israelite, but not in the truth. Go ahead.
Like that would be like a what they would call a Gentile.
Yeah. In the New Testament, yes, it could be called a Gentile. All right. Now give me Ecclesiasticus 9:4.
Got it, sir.
And we're not up no more.
Online?
Yeah.
There's one.
I don't see it.
We have on YouTube and
We're not on Facebook though, right?
Facebook. We're not on Israelite classes. We're on on Israelite school, the universal practicum.
I don't see it nowhere though. Go ahead, come.
So like is there in the Old Testament, what's the biblical term for
Share it to me.
for a Gentile?
In the Old Testament, what's the biblical term for a Gentile?
Because in the New Testament, a Gentile would be, what she was like. What would they be considered in the? So like, would it be a stranger?
Stranger's good. Gentile's not in the Old Testament, right?
I don't think so. Sir.
Right. So yeah, it would have to be a stranger, because stranger is another person who's you gotta look for Gentile in the Old Testament. Let's make sure first, all right? But definitely stranger is a good one.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer,
Mm-hmm.
lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Anybody know what that means? A woman who is a singer? What's a singer mean? Go ahead.
The way it's talking about it right here is someone that sings otherwise,
Like what?
different from things that you were supposed to do.
No. Go ahead.
So like I was gonna say, like she serenades you with her speech.
Okay. Yeah. Break it down though.
Like she seduces you.
That's what you want to say. Seducing, right? A woman who seduces you. Now read it again from the top.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
You understand that, right? So a woman who is don't have company with a woman who is used to seducing men, right? How does a woman seduce you? Go ahead.
I remember John Muhammad when he was in Vegas, he said that a woman could seduce you from afar with her eyelashes.
Mm-hmm. What a shit. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know she a hoe. Listen, eyes by her soft speaking. You get what I'm saying? Her little flirty ways. Women seduce you every which way. So be careful with that. You know what I mean? Read it from the top.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
You understand that? Unless you will be taken with her attempts. She gonna smile in your face. She gonna give you attention. You know what I mean? She gonna touch your arm. She gonna do all these things to seduce you to get what she wants because she wants something out of you. You know what I mean? You ever seen a woman, like you being in the world, even in the truth, a woman will come up to you, laugh at you, touch your arm. You know what I'm saying? She'll do all these things so you can what? Go sleep with her. Maybe you give her some money. Maybe she's a hooker, a prostitute. You get what I'm saying? You in there about to have sex, and right before you have sex, okay, I cost this much. So you got that? You're like, whoa, what's going on? You just got seduced. You get what I'm saying? You just got seduced. Now you got to pay her. Now you're going to pay her because you already in the room. Right? You can't. Now it's already a foregone conclusion. You was like, damn, she seduced you. You get what I'm saying? Be careful and be weary of those type of women. You understand? Any more on that?
That was just verse 4, sir.
That's all I need. Y'all good on that, right? I have one more question. Let me get Romans 16 and 15. Romans 16 and 15. Then we're going to move on, all right? And I'll answer. If y'all got any questions, I'll answer your questions, all right?
The book of Romans, chapter 16, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Salute, Philologus, and Julia,
Mm-hmm.
Nerus, and his sister,
Go ahead.
and Olympus.
It's Romans 6, Salaki, Revelations. My bad.
Oh, Revelation.
I said Romans, Salaki. I meant Revelations. Revelation 16 and 15.
The book of Revelations, chapter 16, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame.
One more. Read it one more time. One more time. From the top.
The book of Revelations, chapter 16, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments.
Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments. Go ahead.
Lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Go ahead.
And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon.
Go ahead.
And the seventh angel poured out his vial.
Is that it on 15?
Yeah, we're on 17.
All right, this precept, right? So this precept, a lot of Christians will believe that they'll read this precept and thinking you have to keep your garment on, right? Y'all heard this before? Break it down.
The garment is talking about keeping the laws and the commandments.
But what do Christians believe? Y'all, anybody know?
So like I thought you were talking about what is the garment being clean.
No, you correct, right? But Christians believe, right, in Mormon religion. Y'all heard of Mormons before? They believe that this precept is talking about how you should have sex. When you have sex with your woman, you should keep your clothes on. This is a real thing. You should Google it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you should have your clothes on, right? Read it again from the top.
Oh God. The book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments.
So now, because the Lord said he comes as a thief, right? Blessed is he that keepeth his garments, meaning they thought this means keep your garments on. So that's what they do. They have this. This is a true thing. This is not no joke. They have a special underwear that they'll wear. So when they have sex, they just put it through the hole and have sex with their partner because they want to keep their clothes on for when the Lord, if Christ was returned when they was having sex. You understand? Go ahead.
Is this the Mormons?
This is the Mormons. Come on. You understand that? But the garment is talking about having the truth spiritually on you. You understand? If you was having sex and Christ came back, that doesn't mean, you know what I mean, you're not going to get the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that. But in Mormon theology, that's what that meant. They took it literal. You understand? So if y'all might come across that is not what it means. It doesn't mean to keep your clothes on. You understand? Right, because what happened with Adam and Eve? Go ahead.
They were kind of naked, meaning they were learning philosophies, and they didn't have the Most High's laws and commandments on.
They were caught in their shame. You understand? And they had clothes on.
Right.
You understand? That's how you would break that down. All right. Good to go? All right. Just put that in y'all notes. Any questions before we move on? What's good? Out? Solid? All right. No sweat. Let's go. I definitely want to get into the Derrick Jackson thing. His name Derrick Jackson?
I think. Football players, sir?
Nah, it's the hypocrite on social media right now. Derrick Jackson. All right. But before I go to Derrick, though, right? Had a couple other things too. Give me 1 second.
It was like I switched the classes
Mhm.
because it didn't pop up.
Yeah,
But it was on there.
I know. That's what I was seeing.
Damn.
Moved away, right? We're not live right now, huh?
Yeah, we on
YouTube?
we on Facebook too.
Oh, okay, God.
We just not on West class.
No questions in the room, right?
Wow, sir.
All right, no swear. Oh, okay, I had a couple of these too. Let me get first Esdras 4:38. These are a couple other questions, so I'm gonna answer and then I'll move on. First Esdras 4:38. Someone give me first Esdras 8:70 and 8 and 84 through 85. Also, give me second Esdras 2:43.
Yes, sir. You wanted First Esdras chapter 4, verse 8?
4:38.
I got that for you, sir.
And someone else told me second Esdras 6:28. And then Oscar, can you hold me 1 Corinthians 3:18 and then second Esdras 8:1. All right. Let's go over those. Give me that first one I asked for. First
The
Esdras.
book of the Apocrypha, First Esdras chapter 4, verse 38.
Mm-hmm.
As for the truth, it endureth, and it is always strong.
Mm-hmm.
It liveth, and it conquereth forevermore.
You understand that, right? So break it down. What is the truth? Read it again.
As for the truth, it endureth, and it is always strong.
The truth is endureth, and it is always strong. Let me get two precepts real quick, right? Give me Romans. 1 second. Let me get it for you. Romans. Slakia. 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. Did we read that one yet? Okay. 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. That was 1 Esdras 4 and 38. Give me 2 Corinthians 13 and 8, all right?
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
For we can do nothing against the truth.
We can do nothing against the truth, right? So there's no one that can come up against the truth. You understand that, right? Okay. There's nothing that can come up against the Bible, nothing that can come against the laws and what we believe. There's nothing that we can do to come against it. Go ahead.
But for the truth.
Well, we can do something for the truth. What are the things we do for the truth? Break it down. Somebody? Go ahead.
Like whole classes?
Yeah. Give me some more. Go ahead.
Keep the holy days.
Keep the holy days, yeah. Just give me one answer. Go ahead.
You can do the work, and then you can speak on the oracles, the precepts, and prophesy.
That's true too. There's just one thing you can do for the truth. All those answers are correct. Go ahead.
Serve the Most High.
That's it. You understand that? That's one thing we can do is serve the Lord, right? So by us serving God is by all the things y'all just said, right? Coming to class, teaching on the things, helping the brothers and sisters out, all these things that show our works to the Lord, right? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 9. For we are glad when we are weak.
Mm-hmm.
And ye are strong.
Right. We are glad when ye are weak, and who is strong?
And ye are strong.
And ye are strong. Go ahead.
And this also we wish,
Mm-hmm.
even your perfection.
Even what?
Even your perfection.
Read it again. And this also what?
And this also we wish.
And this also we wish, right? We happy when we see brothers come in. We know they weak, right? We know they weak. They got problems. They got issues, but they come in here to try to strengthen themselves up. You get what I mean? You get brothers who come in here and are weak and they become strong. And you got brothers that come in here who are weak and sometimes they stay weak and they'll leave because they can't handle it, right? So then you got other brothers who come weak and stay strong and stay strong forever. I'm the brothers you want, right? You want the brothers to stay strong. And then you ask them on top of being strong to what? We wish that what?
This also we wish, even your perfection.
Even your perfection. So not only do we want you to come in here and serve God, we want you to be perfect in doing it. You understand? So the standard that's held is supposed to be high because we want you to be perfect in your work. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 10. Therefore I write these things being absent, lest being present I should use sharpness, according to the power which the Lord hath given me to edification.
Mm-hmm. So what is Paul saying right here? This is a letter he wrote to the brothers in Corinth. This is a city that circumferences Rome, right? So he wrote this letter to the brothers, and he's telling them in the letter what? Somebody break it down. Read that part again.
Okay. Therefore I write these things being absent,
mm-hmm.
lest being present I should use sharpness.
Right, because I write these things saying being absent, because if I was present, what?
Being present, I should use sharpness,
mm-hmm.
according to the power which the Lord hath given me to edification.
Break it down. What's that? What is he saying? What's Paul saying? Anybody know? You like?
That he would be cutting brothers for lacking.
Yeah, I say this in a letter because I'm absent. If I was there, I'd tell you in person. I'd be checking and correcting you. You get what I mean? Because I'm not there. Read this letter and do what I'm saying. You understand? Any more?
Come.
Keep going.
According to the power which the Lord hath given me to edification,
mm-hmm.
and not to destruction.
Go ahead. That's it.
Come.
Solid. Now go from there, right? Let's go back to first. Didn't I call another precept after that?
I got second Esdras.
I pertaining to this one.
4
and 38. Someone give me the one in Romans, right, where it says, "For what if some did not believe?" I got it right here. Romans 3:1. Remember, the truth. The first scripture said the truth is always sturdy, right? The truth is always strong. Then we went to a precept saying that you can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You understand? There's nothing that we can do to turn what the Bible says and what the law says and the instructions say about what we should do. We can't change that. But there's something we can do for it, and is follow it. Follow it by doing exactly what it says. And that's only up to you. The truth will never be wrong, right? So it's like going running into a wall. You can't run through the wall. You're only going to run to the wall. You understand? And by doing that, by keeping the law, that lets you know that you're grounded on what the Lord wants you to do, right? Keep going. That's like I read that.
This is Romans chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
What advantage then has the Jew?
What advantage does a Jew have? Keep going.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2.
Real quick. So there was a time where there was Gentiles that grew up outside of Jerusalem, right? Outside of Jerusalem is the place that we're all from, right? This is the motherland, and there was brothers who grew up there, knowing the law, knowing the scriptures, knowing everything we should do. Now there was other people who grew up outside of Jerusalem, right? These people outside of Jerusalem, they didn't keep a certain law, which was the circumcision. So these brothers in Jerusalem were circumcised, and these brothers outside grew up amongst heathens and grew up in that heathenistic culture, so they wasn't circumcised. So the brothers from Jerusalem would look down upon the brothers who grew up outside of Jerusalem. That's why they called them Gentiles, right? So they would look at them and say, you can't even keep the law because you're uncircumcised. It's over for you, right? Go ahead. You're live.
So is that because, I know that's not a point set book, but from a historical standpoint, was that because in the further we got away from home,
Mhm.
there lacked priests and prophets in the regions that was able to do the procedure? So they just gave over to what the heathen lifestyle was?
It wasn't
available, and they just was like, we doing what
it wasn't so much that it was in priests around those areas. It seemed like I guess this is how it seemed like. If your parents was not from Jerusalem, it's because they got cast out. You know what I'm saying? It's because they was put out somewhere for some foulness, because they committed adultery or something like that, you know, somewhere in their generation. You get what I mean? So they was already looked at as a family of sinners. You get what I'm saying? But Christ died for all Israel. So that's why they were able to come back. Now that was the thing that they were trying to pull together. So I'm trying to give you some context, right? Keep going. Who got it?
Verse 2.
So he's talking about what profit the Jew and a brother who's uncircumcised and circumcised. Keep going.
Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
Mm-hmm. Much every way, chiefly because what was committed to them was the oracles of God, meaning all Israel was able to receive the law. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. For what if some did not believe?
For what if some did not believe? Who is the some that did not believe? Go ahead.
Gentiles.
Okay, yeah. But who else though?
And the ones that were circumcised.
There you go. The ones in Jerusalem. So what if some of them didn't believe what we're talking about all brothers can be saved, right? So what if some did not believe? Go ahead.
For what if some did not believe?
Mm-hmm.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
You understand that, right? If they didn't believe, would that make the faith of God without effect? Because they saying, oh, now he a Gentile? Go ahead.
Verse 4. God forbid.
Right. God forbid. God forbid that. You get what I mean? Why? The whole reason that Christ came back was to show that the truth is sturdy. To show that brothers can be saved. That was the whole point. Why would he even come back and die for brothers who are circumcised? Wouldn't it make sense that he'll come and die for brothers who aren't circumcised? For brothers who are on drugs, right? Why would you come and say the brothers who are not on drugs? Why would you come and say the brothers who do wear fringes? You get what I'm saying? That was the whole point. That's what Paul was cutting them with. All right. So now we good on that. Take me to first 4 and 38 one more time. No. First Esdras. Who got it? First Esdras 4:38.
As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong.
Mm-hmm.
It liveth and it conquereth forevermore.
Mm-hmm. Any more?
I think he just said 38. Right?
Read the next verse.
Verse 39. With her there is no accepting of person or rewards,
Mm-hmm.
but she doth the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things.
Right. This is the problem. The truth was given to us, but because of our compassion for other races and other religions, we turn the truth into something that's dirty. Or what's another word for dirty? Give me another word for dirty. Go ahead.
Disgusting.
Come on down.
I was gonna say something.
Same thing. Filthy, right? We changed the truth into trying to accept every nation, everything that's acceptable to a common man, but not acceptable to God, right? We changed that thing because we have compassion to other nations and other races, but we don't have compassion to our own. You understand? And that was a problem. That's why the Lord had to cleanse the earth. That's why the Lord had to kill certain people so they can understand that this truth is only for a certain person. You understand? Certain black and Hispanic man who deserves it, right? Not for everybody, right? So keep that in your mind when you want to talk about being sturdy, right? Are we good on that? Give me First Esdras 8:70. It's another. We're switching topics on the interracial marriage. A couple of questions I had to answer. First Esdras 8:70, and then give me First Esdras 8:84 too. You can read 70 and then drop down to 84 and 85.
Eight and 70, right?
Okay.
For both, verse 70, chapter.
Coming out. You just pick it up and read it from right. First Esdras 8:70.
First Esdras 8:70.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The book of First Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 8. In verse 7.
70.
70, Salaki. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters,
Mm-hmm.
and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity.
You understand, right? The Lord always been against interracial marriage, right? Anybody can show me the first example of interracial marriage in the Bible? Rigo.
Moses?
No.
Was it Ishmael?
Ooh,
He had strange women.
it was even before that. Coming down.
Was it Cain?
Nope. Remember, Cain was, vagabond at that point. Go ahead.
Esau?
No.
Salakius? Samson?
Nah. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Go ahead.
Abraham?
No. Give me Genesis 6:1, right? Or Genesis, let me see. Give me when the sons of Adam slept with the sons of man, right?
The sons of God saw that the daughters of men.
Salaki, that, yeah, I knew they sound homosexual. Salaki. I was like, it's sons of men. Something didn't sound right. Sons of, what is it again?
It's the sons of God saw that the daughters of men.
There you go. The sons of God sleeping with the daughters of men. There you go.
Genesis. Salakius, sir.
You got it?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Genesis chapter 6, verse 2.
6 and 2. Go ahead.
That's
Now remember, this is the whole reason why the God flooded the earth. You want to know why God flooded the earth? It's because of interracial marriage. That was the whole reason, right? Let's start. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they looked them wives of all which they chose.
And they what? So, like, read that again.
And they looked and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Are you reading the 1611 version? Someone give me a apocrypha. I mean, it's like are you reading? Somebody read me from the regular Bible, not the 1611. Sometimes that 1611 can have some issues with the reading. You got it too.
Genesis in the 6th chapter, 2nd verse.
Mm-hmm.
That the sons of the Most High saw that the daughters of men that they were fair.
You understand, right? So the sons of the Most High will see that these women outside their nation look good, right? They were looking at them, they was attracted to them, right? Go ahead.
And took them wives of all which they chose.
And they took them wives of all which they chose, right? So now you look at black men today and compare black men compared to black women, who's more disloyal to their race when it comes to choosing a partner? You lie.
Okay.
So you're saying the black man, right? Yeah, the black man, right? That's correct. Because the black man is very disloyal to his own race. Like a sister, you might see a sister with some white men, but you will not see more, you won't see a black, you won't see what am I trying to say? You won't see you gonna see like a black man deal with a white woman first. That's what you're gonna see. A black man, he gonna look at a sister like, she got 3 heads and would take a trailer park white girl and marry her. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
For every Serena Williams, it's like 10 brothers in the NFL doing exactly what she did.
Come on, 30. You know what I mean? 30. I remember it was some
out.
Wait. Go back up from the top, Salakia.
Verse 1, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. 2 Samuel 5:1. Then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, Behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
Came all the tribes to the city, right? And David spoke and said, what? We are thy bone and thy flesh. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Also in past, when Saul was king over us, thou was he.
Slack coming out. That was it, right? When he said we are thy bone and thy flesh, it's in reference to what Adam said, right? That's like, was it Adam? Yeah, it was Adam. What Adam said to about Eve.
Right.
You are my bone and my flesh. We are family. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh means what?
So like this.
Go ahead.
They're the same people, the same tribe.
That's it. It's like they're the same people. We could be from different tribes, right? But you are the same people. Because even when David talked to them, those are Benjamites. Those are Gadites. Go ahead.
Okay, so like I heard this before in the school,
Uh-huh.
that when they say flesh of my flesh, meaning the same nation, but bone of my bone would refer to
the tribe. To a tribe?
Yeah, is that right? Or
okay, it's the same. It's the same as the whole term is family. You get what I'm saying? The whole term is family. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh is family. It's saying that we're built the same.
Right.
You understand? We built the same. We are the same, and that's what Adam told Eve. Right? That was the whole point. Go ahead.
So, sir, the genetic deformities that occurred during incest, is that a curse by the Most High because that's not how we get down no more?
Cousin?
I mean,
It's really like brother sister.
Because it don't really say concert, because that incest kind of
Yeah.
Because it don't really say what cousin Eve was.
Right.
It don't say how far down the line she was.
No, it's first cousin.
It's his first cousin.
It's his first cousin. Because it was his, I believe it was his brother, his father's sister. I forgot to find the precept though. It's in the Bible though. That it was his, first cousin. Yeah, kind of. It was his first cousin. But it was his first cousin because there was no family. That was their only family. You get what I'm saying? They come from one family, they had kids, and they had to have sex.
Is that meaning from the parents? Because you had talked this before, sir, how like the creation breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's people, like there's no time frame, but there's people here 1,000 years before Adam ever came on the earth. Like these,
so to speak, yeah.
Concept. So within that time frame, the Most High chose Adam.
Yes.
And from Adam's parentage, from their family group,
Mm-hmm.
that was a small unit.
Yes.
And that's who he chose from.
That's the whole reason why he had to put him in a trance, because he grew up with the sister.
And he would have never, kind of.
The same way you grew up with sisters, same way he grew up with a sister. You get what I'm saying? That's why he had to put him in that trance. That's why he had to do that to him, because without that, if you grow up with somebody, you definitely want to look other ways. You get what I mean? So he put him in a trance so so it can stay right here.
So because it was more heathen women than it was.
He knew that you're gonna be attracted to something you're not familiar with. You get what I'm saying? If you know it's something you can't have, that's what you want. You know what I mean? So so the Lord put him in a trance so he can make sure it's pure. Y'all get it? All right. Solid. Give me second address 2 and 43. Go ahead.
No, sir. Time check 8:30.
God, no sweat. We're gonna go over like 15 minutes. All right.
Second book of Ezra, chapter 2, verse 43.
Hold on one second. Let me get there with you. All right, 2 and 43. Now we're switching gears, right? Y'all good on the interracial? Any questions on that? All right, solid. 2 and 43. Go ahead.
Verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of.
Hold on, everybody get there. Everybody get there. Second address 2 and 43 in the apocrypha. Oscar, you still holding for First Corinthians?
Oh, so I got it.
All right, solid. I need that. Second, First Corinthians. Is it First or Second Corinthians?
It's First Corinthians.
18 and what is it?
3 and
18 through 19. All
Council.
right, sorry. Go ahead.
Want to read it?
No, not yet. I need that in about 10 minutes.
Council.
Verse 43, and in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest.
Stature. Select.
Stature.
Go ahead.
Young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest,
Mhm.
and upon every one of their heads he set crowns.
Right. So this is a vision about Christ. You understand? Remember, apocrypha. When you read the apocrypha was taken out of the Old Testament. Right. It's a part of the Old Testament originally. You understand? So if you look at the apocrypha, it should be in the Old Testament Bible, but it was taken out because of the direct writings in it that scared the Catholic Church. You understand? So they took it out, and now you have the Bible, and you have to buy the apocrypha separate, or you can get the 1611, which has all of them involved. But the apocrypha is a part of the Bible. So when you say the apocrypha, it is the Bible, right? So read again from the top. You got a question?
Yes, sir. When it says taller than all the rest, does this still pertain to his stature?
Yes.
Okay.
It's talking about this physically and spiritually.
Oh, physically too.
Yeah, physically.
Okay.
Like think about Christ being like a nigga that's 6'9",
Okay.
tall. You get what I'm saying? When he was on earth, Christ was like a big fat nigga. Seriously. He was like he ate all the time, drank wine all the time. He called him a wine bibber.
Right.
And they talked about him coming to drinking and eating all the time. That's why when he was resurrected, they didn't recognize him because he was in his perfect form, his perfect body. You get what I'm saying? And the Bible talks about in a twinkling of an eye, you'll be the perfect form of yourself. And that's what Christ was, and no one recognized him. You understand? You lie.
So also with Solomon, he had that overwhelming stature, correct? Like when he was Solomon.
When he was Solomon, what?
Like physically, like they make him seem like he was perfect.
Oh yeah, he was a very good-looking brother, and women loved him because he's handsome. You know what I'm saying? And when Christ came back, he wasn't so handsome. You understand? The Lord wanted it to be like that because he knew that people are carnal, and in their carnality, they're going to follow someone who's good-looking. So he wanted him not to be good-looking. So you will follow him for his words and his actions, and not his looks. You know what I'm saying? So now let's go.
Verse 43, and in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he sent crowds, and were more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
You understand that? So he putting crowns on everybody's head, and even him putting crowns on other brothers' head, he was more exalted. And what Brother Edris said, which I marveled at greatly. I looked at that like, damn, why is he? Who is this? You feel me? Go ahead.
Verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? Verse 45. He answered and said unto me.
Y'all familiar with this precept, right? Go ahead.
This be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
Go ahead.
And put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
You understand that? This is something that you got to install in yourself. If you want greatness, if you want power, you have to be able to take off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal clothing. Right. You have to become supernatural in your human form. You understand? And it's something that you can attain. How you know it's something that you can attain? How do you know this? Go ahead.
Because the Lord doesn't give us anything we can't handle.
I'll take it, but that's a better answer.
Because if Christ could do it, we could do it.
That's true too. But it's something more direct. If you're able to take off the immortal clothing, I mean, it's like the mortal clothing and put on the immortal clothing. How are you able to do it in here? Go ahead.
Like coming in class and doing.
Yeah. Those are general answers. I need a specific answer. Go ahead.
By setting us up for the world.
That's general, right? I'll give you a direct answer. It's because you're in here and you know exactly how to put off the immortal clothing. I mean, the mortal clothing. How do you know to take off the immortal clothing? How do you know? You lie.
Because you change. You put away that old man.
Changing is the first step. Changing is the first step. Here we go.
Because you heard.
All right, this is how you do it. This is how you take off the immortal clothing. Cut yourself completely off from yourself. And then you become immortal. Simple, right? It's simple to say, don't get me wrong, but it's simple, right? Cut yourself off from the mortal clothing. What is the mortal clothing? You know what the mortal clothing is. Only you. Y'all get it? And once you cut that part off of yourself, now you're immortal. Now you're looked at as the person that Christ is going to put a crown on the head. Now do you see how hard it is to get a crown? You get it? You can, listen, it's one thing, right? You can be in here. You can love the brotherhood. You can love God. Right? With all your actions. That's a step. Those things are good. Loving God is good. And believing what we say, that's another good thing. Those are good, great things that'll help you. But being loyal to the law is a whole different thing. You understand?
All right.
That's what makes you immortal. Y'all get it, right? Everybody understand what I just said? Be loyal to the law. That's how you become immortal. And you'll know it. And you'll see it in yourself when you do it. Y'all get it? Solid. What we got? Where we at? That's it, right?
I believe you want the Corinthians, sir?
No, hold on. Let me see.
So I can start. What's that precept you were just on?
2nd Esdras 2 and 43 through 48. 45. 2 and 43 through 45?
43 to 45, we start with the receiving of the palm, sir.
Wait, I probably need all the way through to 48.
All right.
Keep going.
Verse 46, then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? 47, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world.
You understand that, right? This is the Son of God, who these men have confessed in the world. Like, being hated is a part of it. Being looked at as strange is a part of it. All those things come into getting a crown. And when you get a crown, Lord allow we all get a crown. When you get a crown, you're going to have power in the next kingdom, God's kingdom,
right,
under Christ.
Right.
So you wouldn't want no one weak to have that, would you? You get what I'm saying? You wouldn't want no weak person to rule over that realm, would you?
No,
you understand? Keep going.
Whom they have confessed in the world, then began I greatly to command them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
You understand that? And then on top of that, you got to stand so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Stand stiffly. Stand strong. What? Somebody look up stiffly. All right, I got a lot of precepts to go over. Salakia. Okay.
You want the definition, sir?
Yes.
This is the word stiff or stiffly out of the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Not easily bent, lacking in suppleness or flexibility, impeded in movement, Marked by reserve or decorum,
Mm-hmm.
exerting great force, forceful, vigorous, potent,
Mm-hmm.
severe, rugged. That's it, sir.
Come on, those are all excellent. Y'all get it, right? Everybody know what stiffly means. Stand stiffly with the Lord. Don't waver, right? Be an object that can't be moved. You understand? Be something that can't be moved by words, by actions, by opportunity, right? Be someone who stands with God, regardless. All right. Damn. All right, take me there, I'll score. And then someone give me second address 4 and 5. 4 and 5 through 11.
You take questions?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it in about what time is it? I'll take it at 9. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world,
Mhm.
let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
How many people you think that you hear speaking? You be like, damn, that's a smart. He's smart. He's you be like, damn, he's smart. I wish I was that smart, right? Don't ever say that, right? There is some people that are smart. I honor doctors, right? And I when I see lawyers and I say, man, that lawyer know what he's talking about, right? I do that, but I still think I'll live longer than them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I follow God.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? Read that again.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
Yeah, let him become a fool so he can be wise. Right? Derrick Jackson thought he was really smart.
Right.
Y'all know who Derrick Jackson is? Right? Am I the only person that know Derrick Jackson?
No.
So like, you know Derrick Jackson, you're like,
Author or something, right?
nah, he ain't no author.
But he is concept.
He's an author?
Yeah,
He an author?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. He writes books.
Yeah. On relationships.
That's why they meme him.
Yeah. That's good to know. So, okay, he's an author now. That's crazy. So Derrick Jackson's an author, right? So the Lord said, read again, Salaki.
1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
Yeah, let him become a fool so he can be wise. Keep going, all the way into 19.
Verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written.
Hold on, real quick. The people who think that are wise in this world, the Lord thinks they're foolish. You understand? Because why? The thing that makes you wise. Listen, somebody look up wisdom in the Bible dictionary, right? Wisdom has nothing to do with mathematics, right? And nothing to do with literature, being a historian, right? Those things make you smart. Those things give you knowledge, right? Those things give you an advantage in those particular fields, right? The water. But wisdom comes with discerning right and wrong when it comes to serving God, right? That's what you need to survive. Someone give me Proverbs 3 and 5. I think it says wisdom and stability, right? It should be wisdom and stability. Should be the. It's like Isaiah 33 and 6. It's like you. What is Proverbs 3 and 5? If anyone got it?
Got it, sir.
What you got?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5, right, sir?
Yeah, hold that, right? And then give me Isaiah 33 and 6 first. Go ahead.
I got a precept showing that wisdom coming from the Lord.
Mhm.
Ecclesiastes 1:7.
Okay, give me 1 second.
33 and 6, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Isaiah, the 33rd chapter and 6th verse.
Go ahead.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
You understand that, right? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times. What is the wisdom and knowledge that you need? Go ahead.
The law, statutes, and commandments.
The law, listen, I love that answer. That is very correct. The law, statutes, and commandments is the answer. Give me a little more though. What you said was correct. There's just one word you was missing.
Time and growth.
Nah, just the following of the law, statutes, commandments. That's it. The laws and stat, they give you the game, right? But following it is gonna give you the power. You understand? Doing it is gonna give you the power, right? Now, now take me back to where we was at. You can drop 3 and 5 up. 3 and 19 one more time.
Come. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
You understand that, right? All the wisdom in this place, man. And listen, the Lord said, what did he say in Ecclesiastes, right? He said, for the making of many books will have the flesh weary. I'm paraphrasing. Y'all familiar with that one?
Study many books is weary work.
Or it's weariness with the flesh. You can learn all you want to do, but that will wear you out, wear your flesh out. The Lord wants you to learn this. He wants you to install this in your life, right? Finish it off, Oscar.
It is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Mm-hmm. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. There's a lot of crafty bastards that think they know something when they don't know nothing. You understand? What was the precept I called after that?
Proverbs 3 and 5, sir.
No, it was the one that Oscar had.
Second Ezra 4 and 8.
Yeah, there we go. 4 and 8 or 18?
4 and 18.
Go ahead.
So let me pull it real quick.
So I'll get straight. You don't want
No, so you can drop that. You can drop that.
The book of Second Ezra chapter 4 verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
If thou were judged now betwixt these two, whom wouldest thou begin to justify, or whom wouldest thou condemn?
Go ahead.
Verse 19. I answered and said, verily, it is a foolish thought that they both have devised. For the ground is given unto the wood. And
Hold on. That's not it. Try 4 and 8. Well, you have 4 and 18 or 8 or 8?
I was at 18.
Try 8.
Second Ezra chapter 4 and 8. Peradventure thou wouldest say unto me, I never went down into the deep.
No, that's not it. So like
you called for 5, sir.
5.
Where it says, and I said, you wanted 4 and 5?
Hold on, is that what did I call Oscar? You remember?
I thought it was 4 and 8.
It was a precept for 1 Corinthians, what you just read.
How you know how to start, sir?
So like, what was the precept you was at? 1 Corinthians what?
Corinthians 3 and 18.
1 second, I'll find it. Second Ezra 8 and 1. Go ahead.
The book of Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many.
Right, this world is for everybody, right? What's that mean when you hear for everybody? This world is for everybody. Go ahead.
Any Israelites?
Nah. Go ahead.
Right, literally everybody.
Yeah. What do you hear when you hear that? You for everybody. What's that mean? What's that mean?
Yeah, like you want to know that?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah, that's it, right? This world for everybody. It's for any and everybody. This world, right? You hear someone say that, man, you for everybody. It's for anybody to succeed. It's for everybody to master this world, right? Go ahead.
Saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
You understand that, right?
Okay.
But the world to come is for few. That's for a select men, literally in the Bible. That's it on that?
Come, sir.
Good. All right. Let me get one more precept. Second Esdras 4:35.
Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 35. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things in their chambers, saying,
One verse up, Salakia.
verse 34, and he answered me, saying,
One more.
verse 33, then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass?
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore are our years few and evil?
Okay, one more verse for context.
Verse 32, and when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 33, then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil?
Go ahead.
Verse 34, and he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten about the most highest? Also, like I'll read that again. And he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten about the most highest.
Do not haste about the most highest. Go ahead.
For thy haste is in vain to be above him.
For thy haste is vain to be above him. That's what it said? Go ahead.
For thou hast much exceeded.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 35. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion, when cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward?
Break it down. What is the precept about? That's it on 35, right?
Come on, so
What's the precept about? Go ahead.
it sounds like Ezra is asking, the angel's telling him about the end times, and Ezra is asking, how long do I have to endure in this wicked world? When is it going to end?
Right. Keep going. Give me a little more. That's correct. And how did the angel correct him?
The angel's checking him. He's telling him that's not for you to know when it's going to end.
Mm-hmm.
You already know enough.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting. That's all I'm getting.
That's correct. Because if you read more down, right, the angel tells him, you are born into this condition because you need to be in this condition.
Right.
The whole reason why you're born at this time, because the Lord wants you to be born at this time. You understand? The whole reason why you're here now is because the Lord wants you to be here now. You are the person that the Lord wants to be here at this time. When you're thinking about times and I should be born here, or I would, you know what I mean? All those things, the Lord don't care about that. The Lord cares about you dealing with the condition you're in and battling that condition. You understand? It doesn't matter what you're going through, how hard your life is, how broke you are, how horrible your childhood was. The Lord wanted those things to happen to you to build the person that he has in front of you. Y'all get it? If you go read, this is a good chapter to read, honestly. This is one of the best chapters in the Apocrypha. It talks about how Esdras was frustrated with his time. He was frustrated with the things he was going through. He was frustrated as a priest, frustrated with the lack of mercy he received or lack of compassion he received. And the angel corrected him and told him how he should be instead of how he, basically he was feeling sorry for himself. He's feeling pity for himself. And the angel corrected him. Go ahead.
No, it's like I was just gonna say, like, he even said, like, do you, when the angel checked him, was like, are you above the Most High? Like, do you feel like you run things around here in that type of way? So I was getting
God. What verse was you at right now? Where'd you end at?
Yeah, that was I think 35, sir.
35.
I think it was 34, actually. Yeah.
All right, jump down to 44.
Come.
44 through 48.
Come, sir. Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 44. Then answered I and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, and if it be possible, and if I be meet therefore, verse 45, show me then whether there be more to come than is past, or more past than is to come.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 46, what is past I know, but what is for to come I know not.
What is past? What's that again?
What is past I know, but what is for to come I know not.
It's not your power to know what's going to come. You understand?
Right.
It's your power to adapt and adjust, right? Go ahead.
Verse 47, and he said unto me, stand up upon the right side, and I shall expound the similitude unto you. Verse 48, so I stood and saw, and behold, and hot burning oven passed by before me.
Mm.
And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. Verse 49.
That's it. That's it right there. Anybody know what that precept was talking about? That last precept?
48.
Yeah, kind of. Go ahead.
Is it saying like how he seen the angel like kind of let him see the end, America burning?
There's it. There it is. There. Read that verse one more time.
Verse 49. After this, there passed by before me verse
48, right?
verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
So I stood and saw, and behold, a hot burning oven passed by before me.
A hot burning oven passed by. This is a vision he's getting, right? His vision is seeing the end time like he asked for. He asked to see the end, and the angel showed him the end, right? Go ahead.
And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still.
The smoke remained still, meaning this fire was only going to be at one place. And you go read the Bible, you know where that one place is, right? Mm-hmm. The land of the north, and it says in the Bible, right? Or Ashtoreth, right? All these places where the Lord said it is going to burn. It's going to burn so bad to where people in other countries, like, say you in, let me see, across the pond, right, in Europe somewhere, it's going to burn so bad they'll be able to see the smoke. You understand?
Okay.
That seems impossible to even to fathom. How you see the smoke? That's how bad it's going to burn, and that's what Edra's saying. Y'all get it?
Okay.
All right, solid. I'll take your questions now.
I had a question.
Go ahead.
On I'm reading and I'm seeing that I know at this time when Isaac had a wife and Jacob had a wife, there wasn't Israelite women at this time.
When Isaac had a wife and Jacob had a wife. All right, go ahead.
There wasn't Israelite women.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, was Leah and Rachel, also Rebecca as well, were they Syrians or the heathens? Because
No.
I'm asking because this precept right here, Genesis 25 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebecca to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Panaram,
Mm-hmm.
the sister to Laban, which would be Jacob's wife's dad, the Syrian.
Mm-hmm.
So he named that Rebecca and Laban the Syrians.
Okay.
So like were they like heathens? Kind of like the scripture described Sarah as a Canaanite. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
like, I'm wondering what were they?
Nah. Remember, anytime you read something like that, they are citizens or they're people who dwell there, but they're not a part of that nation.
Okay.
Anytime you read that, because remember that Laban was Isaac's mother's brother.
Yeah, counts as uncle.
Yeah, uncle. So his mother was a sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about Isaac's mother?
Isaac's mother, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Like her life. I don't get the question, sir.
What do you know about Isaac's mother?
She was barren. She gave birth to Isaac.
You're not saying the part. What do you know about Isaac's mother?
She was kin to Abraham.
She was what?
Kin to Abraham.
Right, and Abraham was a Hebrew.
Right.
And remember, Abraham slept with Hagar, right?
Right.
Hagar was a heathen.
Concept.
Remember, the Lord said, listen to your wife, cast out the bondwoman and sleep with this sister, Sarah, because Sarah was kin to him, like you said, it was family. So if Sarah and Laban was brother and sister, that means that was Isaac's uncle.
So basically Rebecca and Leah and Rachel were
His cousins.
Hebrews, right?
And his cousins.
Concept.
Y'all understand, right? That's how that went. You get what I mean? The reason why Sarah and Abraham had Isaac was because the Lord didn't want Ishmael to be the son because he was the son of a handmaid.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
And he wanted the race to be pure. He wanted he wanted Abraham and Sarah to have a child so that baby can carry forth Jacob.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that was important to the Lord. If you go to Galatians, you'll read about we went over last week, right? The bondwoman getting cast out. right? The bondwoman getting cast out and a free woman. Those are the children that we are of the free woman. That free woman is also the mother of all Israelite sisters. So you would say, or this is what it is. Sarah is a Hebrew. Sarah is a Hebrew, and her brother was a Hebrew, just like Abraham was a Hebrew. Why am I saying Hebrew? Anybody know? Go ahead.
Because there wasn't Israelites.
There wasn't Israelites yet. They were Israelites came after who?
Jacob.
You understand? So when you go read about them being from those Canaanites and all those things, because they lived amongst them, or they lived in their city, but they were not them. Go ahead. And you'll read that a lot. You'll read about a whole bunch of brothers. Like you hear about give me the famous one. What's the cat in the New Testament? Cornelius, right? Being of an Italian band. He was an Israelite in the Italian military. Just because you will see these countries being like even a heathen, right? It was a heathen who was thought she was an Israelite. She said she was an Israelite. Christ said she was an African. You know what I'm saying? In John the 4th chapter, same thing. They was living in our land and claimed to be us, but they wasn't of us. Go ahead, Art.
So like I was going to ask, were they still considered Adamites?
Yes, they are still considered Adamites. They were still considered Adamites until Isaac. Because remember in the scripture, give me Romans 9:7 real quick, right?
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Neither, because they were the seed of Abraham, are they all.
Neither, say it again.
Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham, are they all children.
You understand that? Because remember, Abraham had a whole bunch of children, right?
Right.
Abraham in the Hebrew is Abraham, means father of many nations. So you go read that. He said, because they are the children of Abraham, that don't mean that they are family. Go ahead.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
But in who?
In Isaac shall thy seed be called.
That's when they became Israelites. In Isaac's seed. Isaac's seed brought Jacob, and that brought the 12 tribes of Israel. So in order for it to be pure, how the Lord wanted it, like those 12, like the 4 wives he had, they had to be Hebrews. You understand? I think a couple of them either it was Hebrews and maidservants, meaning they was the maidservants of the same race. Sometimes you might have a maidservant of a different race, but these maidservants was of the same race, won in war. All right. Any other questions?
Awesome.
Good to go?
Come on.
Solid. With that, I'm pass the class over to Precinct Officer Oscar Ward.
Announcement source, call it out.
You call it out.
Men of Israel, Elijah, please stand. Sorry, face the teacher. We're going to give one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah Barak. Akim Sar, face the Akwathian. Akwathian, please stand, face the brothers. We're going to give one courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah Barak. Daddy Matai dismissed.